The city of Lincoln and Placer County homeless services provider are in tense negotiations over a proposed medical respite center. The city and some neighbors worry that it could attract unhoused people to the residential area and strain resources. The providers, the Gathering Inn, says that this is not a shelter, that residents will only come through hospital referrals. ABC 10's Becca Habegger explains it all.
This is the building and property in Lincoln, formerly an assisted living facility that was recently purchased by the Gathering Inn. That's a provider of services to the unhoused community here in Placer and also Sacramento counties.
Here, the Gathering Inn plans on opening a 60-bed medical respite program for unhoused people being discharged by the hospital.
They needed medical care and now they're discharged, and these folks have nowhere to go. We provide case management, nursing, medical support for these individuals.
Keith Dieterich is president and CEO of the Gathering Inn. He says the organization has successfully run a smaller 10-bed medical respite program in Auburn for 15 years, so ABC 10 asked to check it out. It was here we met Hussein, who asked us not to show his face. He was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer earlier this year while experiencing homelessness and has been in the Gathering Inn's respite program since April.
I mean, I couldn't make it without them, without being here. There's no way I could have made it. I will be in the street if they didn't help me, if they didn't take me in and do what they're doing for the past 3-4 months.
They don't have anywhere to go. They're not ill enough to remain in the hospital, but they're not well enough to be even in an emergency shelter, let alone on the streets.
Nick Galling is the chief program officer and says of the 90 people they served last year, about 30 went to permanent housing, another nearly 50 to transitional housing. And this building in Lincoln will allow them to expand that work, serving about 300 people a year.
We want them to be better than the situation that they had when they first came to us.
But the city and some neighbors have concerns.
We don't feel comfortable with this project at all.
Lincoln Vice Mayor Holly Andreatta doesn't like the location.
When you add this facility right there in the middle of this residential area with schools and children and families and seniors that live across the way, it'll put an undue burden on Lincoln, and it's not fair to my residents.
She knows, as the Gathering Inn has said, this isn't going to be a shelter or walk-in clinic. The program only takes hospital referrals and runs names against the sex offender list first.
When these people come in and out, there's no guarantee of where they go when they're released.
Even though we have the approval of the state, we want to be good neighbors.
The Gathering Inn doesn't yet have a date for when they plan on opening this, though they do say they look forward to continue working with the city. In Lincoln, Becca Habegger, ABC 10.
And the city says that the Gathering Inn blindsided them, saying it has not been transparent and kept this news a secret from the city. The Gathering Inn says the seller of the building asked them to keep this confidential until the sale closed, and that they told the city immediately after the sale closed.